Mr. President, I would like to begin by saying that if it weren't for double standards, there would be no standards at all in this body. As I look around the room and see the number of people that were actually arrested and charged with crimes this year, and you have the audacity to stand on the floor of this Senate and condemn me. How dare you? Don't you think the timing of today's censure is lost on me? When two other Republican candidates announced that they are running for governor yesterday and today, don't think that's lost on me. The Capitol Police incident occurred in April of 2019. Mr. President, today is January the 27th, 2021. If this was such an issue to the body, then why didn't you take care of it back in April of 2019? But you didn't. And I also want to point out that not one person in this body bothered to call me and say you were offended by any statement that I made. Not one. Senator Normant, the reason I left, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to say it correctly. The senator from James City County, I apologize. The reason I left the Republican Senate caucus, sir, is because of your improprieties. And you're constantly being in the press with affairs and lying and conflicts of interest and corporate donations and multiple charges. That's why I did not want to sit under your leadership, sir. To introduce bills against the Second Amendment, to introduce tax increases goes against every Republican creed I've ever sworn an oath to. Your behavior, sir, does not fit that of a sitting senator and is unbecoming to this body. To the senator from Portsmouth, who was arrested with 2 felony accounts this year for telling law enforcement to stand back so that your rioters could tear down a statue in which a gentleman had sustained life-threatening injuries. Give me a break. That is a double standard, and you should be on this floor defending me. I was never even charged with a crime. I was never even arrested for a crime. Senator from Spotsylvania on the floor of the Senate after I simply posted a picture of him, his official office, not his personal information, and his bad vote. And I posted it on Facebook, and he comes over to me and he says, "Is that your vote?" I said, he goes, "Did you write that?" That's what he said. He said, "Did you write that?" Now, I didn't personally write that. I had a staff member that wrote it, unbeknownst to me. But I take full responsibility for any comment one of my staffers made. So I said, yes, I take full responsibility for that. He goes over to his seat, and he says, "I'm going to take you out, Chase," right there on the floor of the Senate. Is that becoming of a senator? The senior senator from Richmond participated with Mayor Stoney over the summer in numerous protests and riots that ended in the destruction of our streets. We had people that were killed, law enforcement officers who had bricks thrown at them. What a double standard. You should be standing up of all people. And yes, I meant my comment. We cannot have groups that exclude other races. We must be inclusive if we are going to represent all of Virginia. And I stand by my statement. And I will be a governor that represents all of Virginia, no matter what color your skin is. And I will not be a part of any group that excludes any person based on the color of their skin, because I love all people. And I don't look at the color of someone's skin to determine whether I'm going to allow them in my group or not. And I think that's wrong. I stand by my statement. The amount of hypocritical language that I have heard in this body is beyond the pale. Beyond the pale. The hypocrisy and the lack of accountability in this room. And you allowed it to happen on your watch. And now you want to, now that I'm running for governor and some of you have another candidate you want to support, that's fine. I am the front runner in the race for governor here in Virginia based on the amount of money that I've raised, my social media presence, and my grassroots following. And I'm sorry, y'all don't have to vote for me. That's okay. There are plenty of other candidates today. But Mr. President, I will tell you that some of the comments that I've heard in this room have really offended me. Because not once did one person in this room come to me after the Capitol Police incident or any other issue that you say you had with me, bother to come and call me and tell me. And you know what? I do read my Bible. And it says if your brother is offended by what you do, look at Matthew 18:15-17. And it says, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have gained your brother. But if he does not listen, take one or two others along with you, that every charge may be established by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. If he refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church. And if he refuses to tell even the church, let him be to you as a Gentile and a tax collector. Mr. President, the double standard and the hypocrisy to hold certain senators more accountable than others is egregious. And the junior senator from Richmond, you've had your own issues as well, sir. But I have been very kind to you, and you've even commented on the floor of the Senate how kind I am and gentle whenever every person in this room has assaulted me and badgered me. You have personally made comments to me. You are such a gentle lady.
Mr. President.
No, I am not done.
Mr.
Thank
President,
you.
Rule 45, the discussion is transgressed beyond Senate Resolution 91.
Mr. President, if they're going to have an hour to attack my good name, I get to have some time to refute those, please.